points. Oh, I'll give 3 points to a group that can show me they all have out their math workshop.
Boom.
3.
We got it.
I gotta see them all.
Oh, right here.
I got it. 4 gets 3 points. 2 gets 3 points. Will knows where things go when he's not here. He's smart. He can go get one. 1 gets 3 points. I'll give 5 2 points because the rest of you actually are confident. I'll give you that. 6 and 3. Y'all don't have this? You can have your 3. Hunter, what about you? Hunter, y'all all had yours. The only one I didn't see. Okay, cool. Yeah, you were the only one I didn't see a second ago. Perfect. Okay, I'm needing help with these. I need help with number 11. I hear myself ask questions, yet I have no answers. And yet I have people talking. Curious and curiouser. I need help with number 11. What is the answer? I mean, this is a 2-step equation, people. You already passed on one. I'm not even going to factor out anything. Just solve for A and tell me what the answer is.
Oh, wait.
Thank you for, you can have your point. 5A equals negative 10. A equals negative 2.
He said that.
He said positive.
He said negative.
He can have a point. Arturo wanted to do it like this, which is fine. But he should still get A equals negative 2. Okay, number 12 looks difficult, but it's really not that bad. How many terms are there? Bless you. And Arturo's group gets a point, so we're going to do grouping. Let's put our groups together. I can pull a 4x out of that first group. What am I left with?
X plus 5.
Okay. So what do I need to pull out of that second group?
Negative 3y. And we're left with x and plus 5.
Perfect, and I'm happy because those two things match. So my final answer is 4x minus 3y times x plus 5. Arturo helped walk me through that one, so I'll give his group another point. Last but not least is a problem that involves 2 different things. They want us to factor completely x squared plus 10x plus 21. So how do we factor that? That's an easy factor. Leading coefficient's 1. Yes, 4, you can have your point. X plus 7, x plus 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 plus 3 is 10. Perfect. And then part B is where life gets fun. What do the answers represent when you factor the polynomial completely? Justify your answer. Okay, but what if it was set equal to 0? Or even when it's not set equal to 0, you and I have been doing something the past few days. After we factor, we then decide some things. It helps us with our graph. That is my hint to you. We already knew the degree before factoring. We knew the degree was 2. We knew the leading coefficient was 1. But he's right. We knew the degree was 2. The leading coefficient was 1. But we knew all that before factoring. What does factoring help us get? Say it again. Yes. We'll get another point. It's the zeros. We know our zeros are at negative 7 and negative 3. What are zeros? Yes, 3 and 6 get a point. So what do answers represent when you factor the polynomial and completely justify your answer? We would say the factors help us determine zeros, which are which occur when our graph, I'm taking Mackenzie's word and mixing it with Kelsey's, occur when our graph crosses the x-axis. I ought to change the word graph to a different word to make it sound a little smarter. Say it again. Ooh. And you can have a point for that. I was just going to say polynomial, but she was very specific because we were degree 2. She said parabola. Gosh, she's on it today. That was really good. Easy thing to get your group some points and to prove you're going to be able to pass this checkpoint. But you got to listen closely and know what you're doing because I'm not going to write it down. If we have a cubic function, so x to the third, and it has a positive leading coefficient, what animal and what direction up the wall, or up or down the wall? It's a snake, but then what else? Leading coefficient positive.
Down.
It's got to go up the wall. It starts down here, and it's going up the wall. So if the leading coefficient is positive, and we're degree 3, that's what we should look like. What if we're degree 3, and our leading coefficient is negative? That's going to be that snake going down the wall. When I say going down, I mean when we see the snake first enter the picture, because we discussed yesterday, we read graphs the way we would read a book, from left to right. So when I say going up wall, down wall, I mean on the far left. When it starts, it's going up the wall. On the far left, when it starts, it's going down the wall. Okay, Kenzie already answered my questions about degree 2. Degree 2 with a positive leading coefficient should be a second degree, x squared. Well, I know it's called a parabola, but humor me and tell me how I know how to draw it. I've never been in math class before. What are we even calling it? Yes, Mia. My happy face. And then so the negative one would be my sad face. And then the only other one you need to know the basic graph of is a degree 4. We discussed that there were 2 different letters of the alphabet. W and M, 3 and, was that you, Kelsey? 3 and 6 get a point. Okay, if you have a degree 5 or higher, so Miss Brister wasn't here yesterday, so she wants to hear my words, so I'll say the words to her. If you weren't here yesterday, we went through the notes in our packet on page 3. We did problems on page 3, number 8 through 13. We talked about, like, y, for instance, if it has a multiplicity that's even, it has to have a bounce there. We were very specific. So I kind of already knew, like, let's go back to 13. I knew since it was to the 4th, and it was a positive leading coefficient, it was going to be a w. Those zeros helped me draw my w a little more particularly. But I already knew the basic was going to be a w. Were there any questions about what we did yesterday? Because you realize you have a checkpoint where you have to do it today. Okay, so I'm going to give you the checkpoint. Get it done first, show it to me. Get approved. That goes in the 30% category. Then, have you done the maze? For the love, I had someone in 3rd period who sits where Seth sits, and he was copying someone else's maze. The maze is not that deep. Math class is not that hard. Get it together. Don't copy someone else's maze. That's ridiculous. We also discussed yesterday that I need you to start working on the next page, which I think says 12 at the bottom. We already did problems 1 and 2, and we discussed problem 3. So you don't have that many more to do. You do not have to do any problems that are degree 5 or higher. So for instance, if Kelsey doesn't want to, she doesn't have to do number 9, because that's degree 5. Now, if she wants to do it to get bonus or just for extra practice, because the end behavior is what she thinks it is, that's great. But if it's degree 5 or higher, it's not mandatory. So, like, she has to do number 6. It's only degree 4. Okay, are there any questions about the 3 things you need to be working on? Arturo is going to give everyone the checkpoint. Here, Arturo. I shouldn't see those graphic calculators. Again, this is all in our brain.